My name is Emma Sepulveda Pulvirenti. I'm a professor at the University of Nevada, Reno. I'm a writer. I'm an activist, a photographer. That's one of my passions. I'm a columnist for the Spanish media and English media.
Can we welcome now Emma Sepulveda, a Chilean by way of Nevada?
Emma Sepulveda is a Chilean writer who now lives in Nevada. She is writing a book about the role of the women in this epic story.
Emma Sepulveda, a professor at the University of Nevada who's an expert in Latin American communities. And Emma, I know you spent a lot of time down there with the families. Just tell us what it's like.
I write a lot of nonfiction. When we moved from Argentina to Chile, I didn't really feel at home at first. So my mother used to tell me, growing up, just keep a diary. That's going to make you feel better. My writing became, as I was growing up, an outlet. Every time that things didn't go right, I will write a poem, I will write a story. Eventually, I will record testimonies of women in Chile that their children, their husbands have disappeared. Writing was always a way to express the injustice that I was seeing around me. And then the photography, it was more a creation that I use to change the world around me. If I take a picture and I can reproduce that reality but change it a little bit, it was an outlet. Writing was a documentation, a testimonial way to express what I was seeing, and the photography was a way to change the reality, to make it better. What it really changed my life was when I was diagnosed with lupus. And then all this idea that I wanted to do things became sort of an immediate necessity. When you have a chronic disease, you don't know how long your life is going to be. I don't see it as a force against me, but I see it as inspiration to do more, because I want to make sure that I do all the things that I want to do, and I want to change the world before I die. I get up every morning and I make sure that I exercise. I immediately sit in the computer and write. Every day I write. I do some kind of activism. I commit myself to touch the life of others or to change the life of others. I try to do creative things. If it's not a photography, I'm going to write a poem, I'm going to write a short story. If I get upset, I write a column. And then I try to make things with my hands. When I'm very tired mentally, then I work with my hands, and that takes me out of that. For me, doing nothing is wasting the time, the life that I have to live. Chile and Afghanistan are the only two countries that produce lapis, the blue stone. So this is how I see the landscape at night. When I left Chile, part of my soul remained there forever. My heart was also in Argentina. And when I moved to the United States, I always dreamed of going back, but at one moment, I really fell in love with this country. When I leave behind this country, now a part of my soul will always remain here, and a little part of my heart too. When we're young and we move from country to country, we don't realize that makes you suffer because you sort of outroot it. But at the same time, you become a citizen of the world. And there's an incredible good feeling, a passionate feeling that you have from that, because perhaps you don't belong with your heart and your soul in one place, but you belong to everywhere you go with part of your heart and part of your soul. So it's something beautiful about being an immigrant. It's something profoundly sad, because in a way you will never be completely rooted in a place, but wherever you are at that moment, you'll be connected to that place.
Como el ejemplo de los estudiantes que no leen las cosas que tienen que leer en la clase.
I think as a teacher, you have an incredible possibility to help them shape their destinies. Over the years, you find somebody that will tell you how their life is different because you were part of their life. There's nothing that enriches you more spiritually than that. Growing up, even a weekend, you couldn't sleep in. I mean, early in the morning, Mom will say, hey, the sun is up, there's things to do, get up and do them. I probably owe everything that I am today to my mother. She made things interesting and also not an obligation. She always felt that there's a world outside of our life, that it needed us to be involved, to make changes. Life is there, and let's go and live it fully.